Hello. Today I want to talk about how I have learned to live extremely simply. I, how you don't need to have a lot of money. I have only Social Security coming in, and that's not a whole lot. But because I've chose to stay where I am, in a house that needs a lot of repairs, I don't even know how long it's going to last me, but I'm here 22 years and it's still going. Um, And when I bought this place, this house was not supposed to be something that somebody lived in, even though somebody was living in it when I bought the place. They left, and the whole place got cleaned out and painted, um, and I've lived in it since. But because I'm only paying, my mortgage is just the land and taxes. It's not on the house. I don't need house insurance. Which, yeah, I probably should have something, but I don't feel like there's anything that valuable inside here, and the house certainly has no value, even though I'm paying taxes on it. Um, so my mortgage is really low, like under $500 a month. On Social Security, that is a huge blessing. And I have, I don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have um, a, a spot in their at their transfer station that is, people leave things behind. They leave things on this table. We have like a swap shop, even though it's not really a separate building. It's just a table and a rack with some clothes on it, and people just leave stuff outside in nice weather. And the things that I have found there are absolutely amazing. And that has supported me in more ways than I can possibly even talk about. Like, I've had cats. I've had a lot of cats. And I had one living in my travel trailer that I bought. Um, I was going to move into it. I lived in it for a little bit, and then I was like, no, this is not for me. But so one of my cats had this estate in it, and I found at least 9 or 10 cat beds that people would just leave there, and they were nice, really nice. There's been a few of them that were like brand new. The little ones that cats like to crawl into and sleep, and they helped to keep one of my cats warm when the power went out. I needed it out there. Um, so, and the cost of them all together probably would have been $100. Um, And now, because a cat that was out there has crossed over, I will wash them and donate them back. So it's like a win-win for so many people. I found a tent, a Coleman tent. I think it's an 8-person. Um, I'm not sure what the name of it was, but I used that when camping in it last year. I usually set it up in my yard in the summer. I mean, it looked like it had been maybe used once or twice. Absolutely wonderful tent that cost 100 or more to buy brand new. Um, I found a Easy Up. It doesn't have the cover, but the frame of an Easy Up that I can just throw a top on, a $20 top on it, and have a shelter, which I did last year. I found clothes. I found winter jackets. I haven't bought a winter jacket in a long time because I find them there and they're nice. People leave nice stuff there. Columbia winter jackets. It's like, wow. And every time I find something really nice, I'm like, wow, this is just so wonderful that that person left this here for somebody and that I got to receive it. And I always bless that person. I always say thank you to whoever it was that left this here. Bless you. Because I think giving in that way, because you don't know who gets it, you don't know who is going to be blessed with it, and that doesn't matter. You're just giving it to give, and not knowing, I think, is a better way of, I don't know, it's just a different way, and I think it's good. So, when I need to bring something down there, like I'll have something once in a while. I mean, sometimes I have some really good stuff that I've left down there. Lots of yarn, like any yarn that I've ever wanted, I find down there. And when I'm want to clean out my yarn and exchange it, I always bring it down there. And somebody always takes it. Like the lady that works down there says she knows somebody that would love the yarn that I bring down there. There's just so many things. Old sneakers to walk around in the yard in, sometimes I found them, but I go through shoes pretty bad, so. But sometimes you want just a crappy pair to go out and work in the garden and walk around your yard and, do outside work. You don't want to wear your good clothes. I don't. So having those kind of things has been really supportive of me. I can't even think of all the things that I have found there. Blankets. Oh my God, I have found so many nice. Some lady left a whole bunch of quilts, which I know what people do. They clean out houses where somebody used, an older person lived, and they bring it down there. They bring a lot of the stuff to the swap shop. And I found quilts that were so nice. Somebody made them. Somebody sat and knitted and crocheted them, which took hours. And one of them I gave to my daughter, and one of them I ended up bringing back. It was just too heavy and it didn't fit. But it's just like, wow, the things that people leave there are absolutely amazing. And I always try to think of like, oh, what could I leave down there that would be nice for somebody, that somebody would like, because a lot of people leave a lot of stuff that's just not good. But it's the intention, I guess. But so it's supported me so many ways. I love wondering what I'm going to find today, when not today, but the days that I go down. I could go today, but I'm probably not going to. It's just simple. Life could be that simple, that we just gave the stuff that we don't use to eat to other people. Would anybody need anything if we did that? There's also these groups on Facebook, these Buy Nothing groups, and I don't know if other people have that in their town or their state. In New Hampshire, they're all over the place, and there's people give away beds and refrigerators, and I saw a generator on there, snow blowers. I mean, you name it. People give away. People are just very generous where I live, I guess, which is so wonderful. I love seeing it. I love being able to share in that way. I think it's a beautiful thing. I did put on I had one of those little wash machines that they spin the clothes, and they're not big. They only take like 6 gallons of water, and the little portable ones, I don't know how to explain it, but they work for a very small load of clothes, maybe 6 t-shirts or something. But I gave one to somebody. I put it on that Facebook page, and I gave it to some guy that lived in a little tiny house. And he said, this will fit so perfectly in where I live. He was so grateful. And it's like, and I just see so many instances of people giving away stuff. My sister moved last year, and she was giving away the most amazing things. Outdoor table and chairs that were, a $500 set. Just amazing things. And I'm like, wow, how wonderful it is that there's so many generous people in there, and life can be so simple in the way that we can have everything that we need. And I find that I go to the swap shop at the transfer station, and I'll be thinking about, oh, I want to get one of those, and but then I just forget about it. I go to the dump and I find it, and there's so many things that I have found that were brand new, nobody ever used. I find toys and things for my grandkids, puzzles. The other week I found a vase puzzle, a 3D vase puzzle. It's a vase that's made out of puzzle pieces, which was really interesting. Brand new. People just don't want stuff. And it's like, it's better than it going into the dumpster, as long as it's in something that somebody can use. So I think that's really, I think it's just so amazing that people do that. I just feel like, so grateful that people are so generous in this world. In my area, what a wonderful world it could be if we could all be like that. And I'm so blessed to be in a place that is like that, because I don't have a lot of money, and a lot of these things that I find I could never afford to buy. And there's so many other ways that I live in a simple way, but that was just something that I wanted to share, because it's just wonderful. It's wonderful. And then you have the thrift stores that you can go to, and that's how I live. I don't buy new stuff very often. Socks, underwear, if I need a tool or something to do something here, I will. You gotta buy cat food and all those things. You gotta buy necessities. But other than that, I don't have to buy a lot. And if I do have to buy something, I always go to the thrift store first and see if there's something there that I could use. This shirt was from the thrift store. I think it cost $2. How wonderful. What a wonderful world it would be if that's the way everything was. If you didn't need something, you could pass it on to somebody else, and if they didn't need something, they could pass it on to somebody else, and we wouldn't be such consumers and always running out to buy stuff. Like, my computers are all used, refurbished. I don't ever buy a brand new computer. And the one I have, I've had for like 4 years, and it works perfectly fine. There's just so many ways to live without spending, that's my life here has taught me that I don't need a whole lot to be happy. I don't need a whole lot to be happy. I can be happy with just going to the dump and finding a treasure. And why not? Why not? Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. It went a little longer than I wanted to, but share what you have in your area. Share in your area where if you have a swap shop or thrift stores that you go to. I would love to hear about it. I love hearing about what's going on in other parts of the world. I just live in a little town in New Hampshire, and that's what goes on here. Okay, take care. Talk soon. Bye.